Hello and welcome to Safari Catch Up. This is a daily wrap of the best wildlife sightings from the past 24 hours.
So we found ourselves a nice herd of white-tailed gnu's, as the Nederlanders would say, the black wildebeest. And it's this time of the morning that I do like catching up with them. They often have lots of energy and then start clowning around. Isolated populations here down in the Eastern Cape, as well as endemic on the grasslands of the Highveld. Cassandra, it is possible on private reserves. You do have blue wildebeest and black wildebeest, but naturally they are geographically isolated. So, they should be separated. I don't know of any records of them interbreeding. I'm not sure if it's possible. But as I say, normally in their natural environment and their natural distribution areas, normally they are separated. So that's the brindled gnu, or the blue wildebeest, versus the white-tailed gnu, or the black wildebeest.
Just had two male violet-back starlings competing for a female. In the right light, these are probably one of the most beautiful birds around. An intra-African migrant, present from September through to May. They may overwinter in the northern parts of South Africa. As with most starlings, they are tree cavity nesters, with the peak laying dates in this area between October and January. The plum-coloured, violet-coloured is an iridescence in the feathers, Jess. It's probably made by carotenoids, the same as you get in the glossy starlings. There's just a slight variation in those carotenoids and how the light reflects off of it. They look quite dark in the right or in the wrong light, but in the right light they're gorgeous purple. And they are an insect eater, but for the most part a fruit eater.
Very cool. Very, very cool. And of course we've got some more on the way down here as the sun is rising. I think that's them. That's pretty much all of them that's crossed over. We were waiting at the wrong sort of little sort of riverbed. Forget there's two tributaries that form to become one, and then from there they go into the Mulwati.
Here on Chitwa at the moment, so we're going to back towards the vessels to see if that Masai Mara came out of Chitwa. After that, will you just let me know? I'm also very keen on that. I need cats. Yeah, if I'm all Thank you. Okay, I'm going to do
Beautiful in the sun.
And then work from there.
So we're just racking up the different species here on Amakhala, and this time we have a nice herd of blesbok. Bles in Afrikaans can mean bald, but also blaze, and it's called blesbok or the blazebuck because of that white face of theirs. And something that is quite distinctive with the blesbok is you often have this head nodding. There's a number of different reasons why they do it. It's rituals between each other, it's communication, but it's also generally, once it gets quite a lot hotter, is that the botfly will lay its eggs inside the nasal passages, and then the larva will live inside the nasal passages and eventually turn into the fly and fly out their noses. So just imagine having maggots living inside your nasal passages. It must be excruciating. So sometimes later in the year when it's much hotter, you'll see them all lying down and putting their sort of nostrils
Probably
into the
the
grass,
most photogenic of all the
and that's to
animals
try
right
and
here.
stop the flies from going inside.
This man is right here. If he wanted to, he could reach out and grab me. I don't think he's going to. I think he's more interested in just feeding on the plant here. Hello. Yes, good morning. It's an elephant eclipse. What are the odds of something like that happening? Wow, wow, wow. I mean, he was just here. We could have touched if we wanted to. She could have shaken his trunk. But it should not be touching wild animals. That was impressive. And he is not a small elephant by any scale. He is a large boy. Oh, Britain, Texas, absolutely. That's an impressive male.
Looking at this track, that one a very big foot there, and this one almost half the size. Now, if it was a spotted hyena, it would have both feet being of almost exactly the same size. So this is a front foot and this is a back foot being almost half the size. However, this is also the left front and this is the right back. And if we go on to the next part of it, that is the right front and the left back. So the back foot is crossing over, so it's left front, right back, right front, left back. And something else we can also look at in this track is that there's a lot of sort of indents around this as well. That one, as well as going forward onto this one here, it's making the track almost indistinct and ruffling it. So that is an indication of hair, a very hairy paw print. Now, if we look at the book, we can also see, now this is reduced, obviously. We're looking at a spotted hyena. That is the front, and that is the back. So almost exactly the same size. Whereas if we look at the brown hyena, it's much smaller, that back foot.
Another cold morning, but the sun is coming out very well, and I just met these pups. These are the black-backed jackals or silver-backed jackals, and I had counted 4. They look slightly bit nervous when they're seeing me or seeing the vehicle and wondering what type of an animal this could be. Now, we got 5 actually. Or possibly all of them. In fact, there are 6. And they are all pups. So we're talking of cases of 6, 7, 8, 9 pups have been recorded. And I think this is the day. Monique, this is a great reunion. Monique, we imagine these are from 2 different mothers, then we'll have maybe 3 and 3 or 2 and 4, or assuming it's one mother, then they're just having their little socialization in the morning before waiting for the mothers to come back. Or maybe when we get big, when we grow up, this is how we are going to start living our own lives.
Lovely that they've come to join us. And this one looks like it's dust bathed in a bit of whitewash. It's turned itself a bit white in comparison to the other darker sort of browny color that we're seeing on the others. That one in the middle, I think a little bit more of a youngster. Also perfectly straight manes. But you see that one on the left, I think it may have had a dust bathe in an area where there's a bit more calcrete in the soil. You can see perfectly that shadow stripe which distinguishes the Birchall zebra from the mountain zebra. The mountain zebra doesn't have that little lighter stripe in the middle, termed the shadow stripe. Also those stripes joining all the way on the belly. Mountain zebra, both the Cape mountain zebra and the Hartman's mountain zebra, found up in the Kalahari and into the Namib, has the white belly where the stripes don't meet.
It has paid. You remember earlier I told you my big plans this morning were to look for the Topi boys. Now that one standing there is called Kiongozi, the one who just went down there. The other name for him is Kio. These are 3 of the 6 Topi boys, and the one who is currently feeding is my favorite one. I got 2 favorites and both of them are here. The one who's currently feeding is called, I'm sure you all know and can guess, this one here is Moja Moja. They're feeding on a young buffalo. They brought down last night apparently, the 3 of them. Not sure where the other 3 are, but now we have Moja Moja who is on the table. Puma, you have no idea. These Topi boys are no joke. I mean, the last estimate I made last time was every week a buffalo down, in between hippo down, and sometimes in between they would snatch praise from hyenas, and especially Topis.
It's cat today, and there's our cat. Not too sure who this is. Definitely one of the Nkuhumas, but not too sure. Oh, yes, you've seen the people walking at the Solgari. She's not having it at all. It's not too warm just yet, so she might think about getting going. Monique Indicia, she's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous lady. Yeah. Licking of the paws, of the forearms. It's going to be a warm day, so she's going to most likely look to try and find a spot where there's going to be lots of shade for her.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is David's favorite male lion here. I also love his name. And Moja Moja in our local national language Swahili means 1-1. He got 2 twin spots on either side of his chin. He got 2 dots, and that's why we call him Moja Moja. But above all, if you look carefully on his tail, he's missing the tip. And look at all those vultures so they're picking up any stomach contents. I respect all the animals you have here in the Masai Mara, but in terms of sanity in the savannah, in terms of the sanity, cleanliness of the savannah, I mean, the vultures play a very key, important role just to balance things out here. Malaika, great to hear your name, and you're saying you love these boys. Malaika, we're going to show you Moja Moja, and you see how Moja Moja is crouching towards the vultures, and you'll see, I'm sure Imara will go with him. Oh my word. He's such a big boy, and the vultures have simply pulled back. They cannot stand Moja Moja.
Our buffaloes are all starting to really chill out, but I tell you, the flies that are with these buffalo and are now with us are next level. The ears constantly swatting. Mazami, lifespan of a buffalo, males 10, 11 in the wild, females 16, 17 maybe. Give a few months or years either side of that, depending on obviously natural fatalities. The females stay in the herd their whole life, so they will die in the herd, but the males, they get picked off as they reach sort of 8, 9, 10. They start to, their prime is 6, 7, 8, and then after that they start to form the bachelor herds or the Dugger boy groups, and they slowly get picked off. I suppose they could live longer if there were no predators in that area.
See how they walk, moving their necks forwards, and she's definitely on some hunt. And there's some of the birds that I call true carnivores. Not sure I have seen these herons eating anything that's not red. Bunny, you're giving a big up for Imara, and I'm sure Imara will feel proud of herself. Oh, she got a snake. You see that? I told you she was hunting. Look. No, she's a snake or a catfish. Or a small snake. Look at that. We just saw a hunt. Herons are very slow hunters. They move very slowly, and she just made a hunt, and very quickly, 1, 2, 3, swallow, gone. Whoo!
We've got a gorgeous mama elephant here with her baby. She's very relaxed. Aren't you? Yes, you are. Gina, I think everything can sense seismic activity. Earthquake. There's an earthquake. I'm pretty sure that most animals or any individual with their feet on the ground will be able to feel seismic activity. And elephants are very sensitive, so you're probably referring to much more lower frequencies. They communicate with infrasound, which is very low frequency. I don't think we completely understand it yet, but it travels through the earth, and they pick up on it through their feet and through their trunk. Okay, now someone else has spoken, and she's coming to get involved. What happened, Mama? It's okay.
We got 2 there, and Imara thinks those 2 are mating. It's very possible. Hippos mate in the water, give birth in the water, and I think, Imara, you're right. because under that one, I can see the head, possibly of a female. Lolo, the hippos have very special membrane on their nostrils and nostrils, and they can close them for a couple of minutes, and the babies would very comfortably suckle under the water without coming out. I'll tell you, Lolo, I haven't seen, maybe I even try to remember, I haven't seen a hippo baby nursing outside the water. The big ones, yes, we see once in a while, but the very small, teeny ones, I don't know how many guides have seen. Ooh, that's proper mating now, eh? Hoo la la.
We've got some thick knees here. Look at them wagging their tails. Usually we see them sort of around the grassy edges of the dams, also underneath trees where there's lots of leaves, and there they'll blend in. Listen to them. Amber, that's a good question. It's a very good question. If you look at their knees, they've got these massive knobs. It's also quite weird. A funny name for them. The other name that I've grown up knowing them as is a tukop. Look at the size of their head compared to their body. It is not in proportion. They've got rather large heads, but yeah, their thick knees definitely comes from the size of their knees compared to the rest of the thickness of their legs.
We know that spring and summer have arrived when these individuals return. If you're an arachnophobe, look away now. Angelopinus. Angelonopsis. Grass spider. So with the rains, the spiders emerge. Many of them will be here throughout the year, but many of them disappear, having laid eggs, waiting for the rains. Queen, well, don't imagine things like that. That is all in your own head. You can prevent yourself from imagining those things by just looking away now. Shame. So thankful I don't have a fear of spiders and snakes. I have a healthy respect for them. The patient hunters of the bush, the pioneers of the insect world.
Well, I think it's good afternoon for myself and Eric to do a bit of birding, and the bird that I have for you here is the African fish eagle that is having some early dinner. And this African fish eagle got herself, flies, please don't go far. If you look carefully, she got some prey, and we might be lucky to see her eating. We saw her in the marsh earlier with Imara, then she flew away, and I told Imara, I think she got something she is pulling, or she had on her talons, and when she landed here, we came followed, and they've just found out it is a catfish. Eagles will eat any protein they can catch, from snakes, any sort of reptiles, kinks, lizards, but for the African fish eagles, as their name suggests, their main diet is fish. And from where we are, near this marsh, they'll always get either catfish or mudfish.
So catching up with our 2 ostriches with all the little chickies. Now we've got the crowned lapwings that are really irritated. Let's see what happens here. They've probably got a nest. And so not happy that these ostriches are here. Look at that, having a go at them. Shame, with those big feet of the ostriches, they'll squash the nest if they come past it. So really trying to defend. I'm not sure where the nest is, but it must be there somewhere. And all the chickies, the ostrich chickies, are all bunched together. So obviously what they do when they have any kind of danger. That's very cute. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, confirmed. It's only 10. Where are you going, little one? Maybe he's the rebellious one indeed. He's decided he's off. He's not worried about the crowned lapwing. He's going to go and have a feed.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, look at what we've got here. The sun has disappeared behind the clouds. And we've got these little guys poking their heads out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that a fifth? Yes, it is. 5, 6. There's 6 of them. Got one on the right, one on the left, and straight down the middle. Cute little guys, really are cute. There's always something that these dwarf mongoose are up to. Always something. Ellie, absolutely dwarf mongoose. Really cute little guys. Ferocious when they need to be. That's really cute. Most mongoose, when they come across any form of predator, obviously ones that they can defend themselves against, or defend themselves against if they have the opportunity to, they will.
So a little bit earlier we had that nice bull gemsbok or oryx gazella. Now we've come across a beautiful herd of them with some youngsters. And you can see how they've got a more fawny color when they're very young. See that one in the middle there. And then they slowly turn a more grayish color. But beautiful markings on them. The black socks that, that's sort of on the upper parts of the legs. And then the white socks down the bottom. With that black marking just on the side of the bellies with the pure white belly. Oh, that's a beautiful herd. And off in the distance, we have an impending storm. It was supposed to come earlier today, but that's it now pulling in. But these oryx are beautiful. Look at that.
That's it for this episode of Safari Catch Up. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you soon on a safari.